Justin here for Walking Free 2019. Welcome back to the second part of the youth generation videos that I'm doing, the Revelation from the Youth videos. This is part 2. On my right, I've got Jonah.
Hello.
He's back in action. And then I've got Malachi. And he's got, they got a little snacking going on right now. We got some pretzels going on here.
Yep.
This is part 2 of the video, like I said, and of the youth revelation video. And what it is it's going to be testimony. So this is a really important part of what we're trying to do with the youth nowadays in our ministry is getting them to be outspoken about God and what they believe in their faith. And it's so important just to bring them up to understand, you know, the relationship that they have with God, how important it is just throughout life, of all the crazy things that happen in life, that if they have that as a foundation, they can get through anything in life, right?
Yes.
Get through anything in life. Get through anything in life. Hey, hey, get through anything in life. Get through anything in life. Hey, hey, anything in life. Get through anything in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love me,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. So we're doing a little testimony song, you know, getting ready for the testimony. Hey, hey, hey. God loves me and the testimony. Hey, hey. Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna branch off and I'm gonna leave them to their own testimony. They're just gonna talk a little bit about what God does in their life, what God has done for them, and the relationship they have with God. So we're gonna let the oldest guy go first. He's gonna take center of the couch. We're gonna go. Malachi's gonna kick it off. Go ahead, bro.
Okay,
Go ahead to the center, bro.
just sipping my raspberry tea.
Oh, okay. Go.
Okay. So, well, everybody in my family is a Christian from since I was like a little boy, but I didn't learn that because I was like a 3-year-old and I was like really stupid. So like my mom's like, just pray to God and everything, but then I was like I would just lie all the time because I'm like, oh, God will forgive me. And most people will probably be like that too. But I'm just saying that it's not just because God says He'll forgive you doesn't mean that you should keep on repeating it, because that's not what that's not what being forgiven is. Being forgiven means like once you say you won't do it, you'll never do that again.
There you go. So what about like what do you think? What do you think is like in your heart, like when you felt like you understood what God was all about, like Jesus was all about?
Well, the time that I figured what Jesus was about is when it was like really a home thing. I was just in my home, and then I just felt something overwhelm me with like so much joy and stuff.
That's awesome.
And then I just figured out that it's because our mom was just reading us some stuff, and then she was reading some stuff, and then I just had a bunch of joy in my heart.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Cool. So like you understand like what about like forgiveness and everything now?
Yeah.
You understand like what he's all about? That's awesome, man.
Yeah. And the reason why I became a Christian, one, because I told you that my whole family is Christian, and 2, it's very good. So yeah, but I just rather believe in Jesus because He built us to actually have a purpose in life. Well, scientists are saying that we just came from a noose in the ocean and have no purpose for life.
Yeah.
I'd rather believe that we actually have a purpose than just living a sad, lonely life where we're just like, hey, you have no purpose, because that's not why we're here. Because if we're an accident, how come like everything that we give us is like so perfect? How are there food chains? How is that an accident? How are there ecosystems? Accident, I guess.
Amen.
Yeah.
So that's really cool you brought that up. So because you're obviously, they talk about evolution in your school, right? So what do you think? Do you think that that's hard being in a school system, or do you find it's easier because you know the truth of God? It's easier to believe what you believe.
Well, when people say that, they're just talking about something else, and I'm like, do you believe in that? And then they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, I'm just saying that theory really means that we have no purpose in life. That's what I just tell all my friends.
Yeah.
Not that because it's not very nice if you just go up to them and say, hey, that's stupid that you're not a Christian. That's the meanest way possible, because then they'll never turn to God, ever.
Amen.
Yeah.
So you think it's fair to say that, like, you understand that?
Like, I'm not gonna charge at people and say, hey, you should believe in God. I'm just gonna be very comfortable with them, and it's their choice.
All right, so you think that's how Jesus was with people, right?
Yeah.
You believe that's the love of Jesus then, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's encouraging. That's good, because that gives you guys as younger people a opportunity to be a light to people that don't know God.
Yeah.
You know, and that's awesome. So do you think that your testimony growing up, do you see the difference of young people your age that were raised without God and people that were raised with God? Do you see the difference?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. What do you see?
I see that we don't really see him at first, but then one moment in your life, he's just gonna come to you.
Oh, amen. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So what do you think as far as what do you think? Do you feel anything on your heart like God's calling you to do, or anything like that, or? I mean, I know you're young.
Just to be like, just spread the word and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Cool. That's awesome, man. Well, we'll hop back in here. I'll hop back in here with you.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, you can chill right there, and then I will bring on my next guest. I hope you enjoyed Malachi's testimony, and you can comment on it, whatever, you know, and we'll just get the conversation going about what he's saying. Show it to young people that are around his age that need to see, you know, testimony of young people. I think it's going to be an awesome thing to have on the channel. And without further ado, I will leave the microphone in the video check to Jonah.
Yep.
Let's clap for Jonah. Welcome to the show, Jonah. Walking free, Team Jesus.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea, and I had nothing. Before, when I was at least 1 through 4 years old, I had no idea who Jesus was. I just went to church, but I didn't want. This is before I met him. Before I met him, I didn't want to do anything with him. But one day I broke my arm, and then I knew that God was real, because if God wasn't gracious enough, He wouldn't have. My arm would have snapped in half, and I wouldn't have an arm. I would have a robotic arm. And another reason that shows that God loved me is that He gave me a family that cares about me. And some people don't have family that loves them or even cares about them. And I think that it shows everywhere. There's proof. God's giving you so much proof, scientists, and you guys are thinking about the life cycle, but you're so thinking about the early time. Just think about what's around you. There's so many earthquakes happening. People are starving to death, and then we got a blood moon. How about that? And you say God isn't real. And God's trying to show you that if you don't believe in Him, if you're gonna have a bad life. If you're trying to survive without God, it's like basically impossible. I hear people saying doing the impossible, like a challenge. Well, living a life without Jesus is like a humongous challenge. And then when you die, standing right in front of Him and Jesus saying, do you believe in me? How would you feel right then? You try to survive your whole life without Him, and then in the end of time, you're standing right in front of His face. Another reason that shows why Jesus loves everyone is that and why this is about lies. So people think that lies is just like if you tell a lie, you're gonna get away with it, but it's gonna always come back. So I have read a story, and there is this boy who had to get these flowers from his mom, but he lost them, and it shows that he lost the money, then he lied, and it came back to him, and it was just so. It showed if you tell a lie. If you tell a lie, then it's gonna end up being worse for you. Cause like, if you tell a lie, God's gonna be mad. But not only will God be mad, your parents will be mad too.
So what are you? Because you're saying that, and then we're talking about testimony. So, you know, what happens when you do? Like when you tell a lie, what happens?
Well, my mom usually looks at my face to see if I'm having a lying face or not.
Yeah.
But if I'm not, she looks at my eyes to see if I'm really looking instead of the eyes or something. And then if she knows that I'm lying, she says, God's watching this. And usually when I was a little kid and he said God's watching this, I said, so what? In my head. But
Jonah, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Okay, when you lie and mommy looks into your face and said, did you do it? And you say no to her and you get away with it. What do you feel in your heart?
I feel like I'm
guilty, right?
I feel guilty. I feel like why did Satan have to make lies? Because lies are bad to everything. That's like the worst sin of all. Like, cause if you lie, it's gonna be hold on to you. It's gonna like grab you by your shirt and like pull you down.
Yeah, and you know what? You know what's one of the most important things to know about lying too, and why God doesn't want us to do it, is because it separates our relationships. So if you lie and you're known as a liar, then you're not someone that's to be trusted. And one of the things about it is that when we lie, if we lie to God or we lie to our parents, in your case, it hurts their heart. So it hurts their heart. That's why it's the relationship that hurts. So when your mom can't trust you, it hurts her, it breaks her heart, because she wants to be able to trust you. If God knows you as a liar, it breaks his heart. And he doesn't want that. He wants the best for you. You get it? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why it's good that you understand that, you know?
Mhm.
It's good. So what do you think about what do you think? You feel that God is helping you to overcome that in your life?
It's helping me to face my challenges and beat them.
Right, like to walk like Jesus did and be righteous, right?
Yes.
That's awesome, man. Cool. So that's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's go back to the couch and we'll say goodbye to everyone, and then maybe make up a song or something. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Depends on the video.
Yeah. So it's like that was the testimony. That was the testimony. The testimony for today. Sitting on the couch this way, singing our song to the Lord. No, we ain't getting bored. We're gonna sing louder if we can. We're gonna sing louder. Help me out.
Shabam.
Boom, shabam, singing on the couch and praising the Lord. We ain't getting bored because
We got the boy.
We got the Lord.
we got the Lord. Hey, CBC choir. All right, community mass choir. Woo, here we go. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I hope everyone enjoyed this. And this was fun. This was awesome.
Team Jesus.
Team Jesus. These are now official members on the team. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe.
Hit the notification bell.
The notification bell.
Yep.
And any more info?
Like and subscribe.
You don't even have to do it, but just try to pray to him. You might not feel anything, but just try.
That's
Try
awesome.
to him.
And like and subscribe.
And you just heard it from the mouths of babes. God bless, guys.